beautiful people, welcome back to another video, and goodness golly gracious, has it been a while, but I am finally back from my hiatus to post some more art, Astro Renaissance, and the occasional Royal High video for you. But speaking of Astro Renaissance and the topic of today's video, I've noticed that Astro is getting a lot more traction lately, and I've seen so many people considering picking it up. Personally, I wasn't gonna pick it up because I just didn't think I would enjoy it, but oh, was I wrong. Today, I will give you the full honest review of Astro Renaissance as a longtime Royal High player. Okay, getting started. So, I'm not gonna lie to you, getting started was a little difficult. The first screen you enter into is this, and of course, I'm gonna click Let's Play, but the realm you're in doesn't do anything but teleport you places. There's a tutorial NPC to get you started in the game, but you have to teleport to the Citadel to find her, and I literally had no idea about this until I had already figured out the game a bit. The tutorial itself helps a lot, but it's just a bit messy how it's set up. However, there are plenty of YouTube tutorials popping up if you'd like to get started, so perhaps those are the way to go. And personally, I play on a laptop, so I didn't have much of a problem with the lag, but this game is extremely laggy for mobile users. The graphics and lighting easily strain low performance devices, and it just really ruins the experience. However, I definitely suggest at least trying to play. My sibling has a pretty old cheap Samsung tablet that she was able to play pretty okayly. Astro also doesn't give you any items once you start besides ears, which is fine, but they also don't have any Roblox clothing like Royal High does, so you kind of just have to deal with your Roblox avatar for a while. This did annoy me just a bit, but I was able to quickly get items, so it ended up being fine. Overall, I wouldn't consider Astro to be super beginner friendly. You have to kind of figure out the game yourself if you don't have a tutorial, or you don't randomly find the tutorial NPC. Farming! And speaking of getting items, let's talk about the farming aspect. Firstly, there are two main currencies in the game, tickets and moonstones. One ticket is worth 2 moonstones. The most common way I've seen people farm in Astro, and I think the best way to farm an Astro is by playing these little mini games, specifically to spot the different one. But they also have laser tag, moonstones lying around, and little quests to do similar to Royal High's quest. The spot the difference game, after some practice, will take you about 5 seconds and give you about 150 tickets, about 300 moonstones. The great thing about Astro is that the developers don't mind AFK farming, and even somewhat encourage it. Plenty of people I know use mouse recorders to AFK farm and quickly get tickets to convert to moonstones. This obviously makes farming a ton easier, but can be a little fickle due to accidentally clicking on people's journals. I will say, if you don't AFK farm, farming can get a bit tedious after a while. Playing the same 3 minigames over and over and over again, or doing laser tag repeatedly with no guarantee for tickets unless you win, does get pretty boring. However, in my personal opinion, I much prefer this farming method to Royal Highs. The leveling and overall amount of moonstones you get from doing one action is perfect to me. I still feel like I accomplished something, but I don't feel like it took me way too long to save for an item. Not only that, but I would much rather be playing laser tag and getting a free halo than vacuuming my dorm. I mean, just saying. Quest. Of course, farming is not the only activity in Astro. There are 2 major quests at the moment. Both planets you have to save, Celestia and Nade. I haven't completed Nade yet, but both quests are amazing and pretty surprising with interesting storylines. They both start with finding items, similar to Diamond Beach Quest, which can be a bit tedious without a tutorial. Celestia, after completing some task, boom, I was in a boss fight. This was such a jaw-dropping moment of, like, fighting a big boss in a dress-up game. While it wasn't too hard, as I respawned when I died, it was still so cool to me that it had, like, a boss fight and everything. After completing, I can confirm Celestia is particularly well made. It kind of has a creepy solitary atmosphere and the soundtrack is amazing. Completing these quests gives you a scepter that can be used in other quests and as a gorgeous wearable item, which is awesome, don't get me wrong. However, I wish you would get like some experience or moonstones or like anything. You know, that would be nice, but it's alright, guys, it's alright. Another downside is that these quests do not save your progress. I lost all my progress after spending an hour and a half looking for items for the Nade quest, which really sucked. However, overall, I found the quest super fun and low-key creepy, like in a good way. Items. The item quality genuinely surprised me. I hadn't played since beta and the item quality has improved drastically. There's a lot more diversity than other games, with plus-size toggles, prosthetics, a wheelchair, a hearing aid, and other items. ASTRO also has actually accurate cultural items, such as and please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, I looked up a pronunciation, but sometimes Google just doesn't work. Changshan/Cheongsam item, Yoruba royalty set, and the Moonstruck Flight Hanfu set. While all the items are gorgeous, there are a few issues, especially with the arms and masculine sets. The arms and like any other joint up an item can be quite finicky and look a little uncanny, especially when they're not paired with a bodice. And there are very few arms that work with the masculine body types, especially the masculine plus size body types. There is also a big distinction between their older items and their newer ones, but quite a few are getting reworked anyway. I think that most of these issues are pretty easy and will probably be fixed over time, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. The community and the devs. The developers, not only communication, but engagement with the community in this game is beyond what Royale High could ever do. They actually listen to their community, taking in their suggestions, worries, and criticism, and use it to create a better game. Wow, that's astonishing. They also have a Discord server where they regularly do giveaways and contests open to their community. From what I've seen, I have nothing bad to say about the developers or even the community, which is shocking. Game passes. I just wanted to throw this in there. Game passes in this game are amazing, or at least one of them. First of all, unlike Royale High, hair colors and fabrics are free. You don't need to pay for them. And there are 3 game passes available, being the ASTRO VIP, a Moonstone multiplier, and a set you can buy. But I own the ASTRO VIP, and for just 300 Robux, you can get a full set, Halo, Scepter, free cam for PC, VIP tag and chat, an exclusive badge, and backgrounds for your ASTRO tablet. It is definitely worth it if you can get your hands on it, and the price is so shockingly low. Now, gifting. There is one thing Royale High definitely has that ASTRO doesn't, and that would be trading. However, while I do wish I could get all the like gorgeous legacy items, like why are all the items I want now legacy? It's fine though. I honestly don't think trading is necessary in this game. No one's gonna judge you for being a new player and not having items from 42 BC because a good fourth of the community is a new player too. Instead of trading, they have a gifting mechanism where you can give people items, and I literally love this. I just think it like encourages people to be like charitable, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, it's easy enough to farm that you can just get your own moonstones without sitting in a hub all day profit trading. Just my thoughts, Overall, I'm really enjoying ASTRO. It's a little bit unpolished, buggy, etc., but I think everything else makes up for it. Definitely a 9 out of 10 game in my opinion. If you're a Royale High fan or even just curious about ASTRO, I cannot recommend you to try it enough, although I really need to stress, Astro isn't just an alternative to Royale High. I know I compared them a lot, but it's because I know most of y'all are probably Royale High players interested in Astro. While they have their similarities, they are two very different games, and all of the drama regarding people switching back and forth really irritates me. Yes, of course you can switch back and forth between games. You know, no one cares. No one cares. However, a lot of people, especially like influencers, or people who like post online, are claiming to completely quit Royale High, and I am just a wee bit guilty of this. While I may not be coming back to Royale High super soon, I'm not going to completely step away from Royale High, just FYI. Anyways, a lot of people, especially influencers, are claiming to completely quit Royale High, goodbye Royale High, and devote themselves to Astro simply to save face. They quickly run back to Royale High when it's in the green and forget Astro ever existed. So while I would totally recommend Astro, only play it if you're genuinely interested. Don't think you have to play it just because Royale High is controversial. At the end of the day, it's your choice on whatever you play, and you shouldn't waste your time deciding between one or the other. You can totally play both, either or neither. Just do what you want. Life's too short, you know? And with that, we've reached the end of the video. Love you all so much, and goodbye!